So put the gloves on. Then we're going to get the patient to stand. So the first position that will happen in a minute is you're going to step up on the device here. Okay, your left foot will be on the pad, your hands on the handrails, and your right foot will be sitting back like this. Okay, I'm going to wrap plaster around your foot. Then I'm going to guide your foot where I want it to sit on top of the foam, so relax. Then you'll do the same with the left foot. You're going to put your left foot back. I'll wrap plaster around your foot. I'm going to guide your foot where I want it to sit on top of the foam. Okay, so if you step up, that's it. You can put both feet on. You can use the stool, or I like to use this saddle seat, or like, just a small stool that's got a trolley. Okay, so very important. What we're going to do is we've got the water beside us. Okay, so basically we fold the plaster into the water. Okay, pull it out. Now the water's going to be quite a high temperature, not boiling hot, but just hot so it's uncomfortable to leave your hand in there. I'm going to wrap the plaster in a ball. Okay, squeeze until most of the water's come out. Okay, don't worry, it's all good. So it stops dripping. Okay, then I let it unravel. I'm grabbing one end with my hand and I'm going to run my fingers down a couple of times through the outside, the center. Okay, a few times, so 4 or 5 times I'm going to run it down. What I'm doing now is I'm massaging the plaster into the bandage so it's uniform. And what will happen is it's going to become floppy like this. Okay, we ask the patient to pull their right foot back and they're going to hold it there like this. Okay, this is very important. We're going to go over the heel. It'll stay. Just relax. Then I grab the ends of the plaster and I wrap it over the toes like so. I don't pull tight. Okay, then I'm going to squeeze both sides and wrap over lateral and medial at the same time and massage it in. Then I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to pull the plaster nice and firm up and around the foot or until I get to the creases here at the heel. Then I'm going to fan the creases out and pull it up. I'm left with all this at the top. Fold it over just a little bit so it's still in line with the medial lateral malleolus. And then I'm going to massage the plaster into the foot quite vigorously. I put my thumb through the sulcus and around, see how I'm going around the foot into the toes. Okay? Once I've got it all massaged and it's making surface contact with the whole foot, I can see the outline of the foot. It's touching the whole foot. Then I grab the sock, feed my hands into it, and I pull up and around the foot, and then grab the top of the band of the sock, pull it up, hold it tight on the foot, and massage. I massage the bandage, or not the bandage, the plaster, the stocking sock into the sock. I grab the wipe, I wipe off all the excess. Then I grab the foot, same again. I put my hand under the forefoot, my pinky underneath the lateral aspect of the foot, and I guide it where I want it to sit. Okay, roughly the center, maybe a little bit more medial if anything, at the front. Okay, so it sits like so. Then I wrap lateral, I wrap medial so it's reasonably firm, and just leave it there. Okay, patient can relax. Then I'll do the same with the other side. We'll do this side a little bit quicker. So we fold the plaster in, pull it out with one hand, grab it with the left and the right, put it in the ball, in a full ball. Then massage and then squeeze. Nice and firm, okay? For the second one you can squeeze a little bit more water out. Now I'm not squeezing it like this, I'm just putting it in the ball and squeezing it in a ball. Okay, then I unravel it, and same again, I'm going to run my fingers down the plaster like so. can do this very quickly. Okay, so I want to make sure that when I run my fingers down, it loosens the plaster up again. So I can wrap it on and it sticks to the foot. See, and it doesn't drip. You should get no mess. Patient puts their left foot back. I wrap it around the heel. It'll stay there, don't panic. Grab the forefoot on either side like so. Right hand on the corner and left hand on the other side. Pull it up, not too tight, then pinch both sides and wrap it around. Same again, working your way from the bottom up the sides of the foot. You'll get creases, pull the creases out. Then wrap it over the back of the heel and massage it into the arch and the foot, into the sulcus with your finger, making sure that you go up and around the foot all the time. Grab the heel, this is where we put the sock on. So we unwind the sock, pull it over the foot, wrap over the heel, pull it up around the foot, smooth it in. If you do it quicker, generally a lot more water is going to come through into the stocking sock. But because we've done it a little bit slower for explanation wise. Okay, hand around the ankle joint, finger under the arch, the other hand under the forefoot, guide to the center, roughly, a little bit more medial if anything. Stand normally please. I wrap lateral, I wrap medial, just tilt, I just smooth it in, then relax. Now we're going to go take the gloves off so we don't get the machine messy. Then I'm going to grab the cuboid curve, same thing, slide it in, pull it up, get resistance, done. Okay, there's a few little messy bits there, we'll take those out. Then MLA curve, put my hand over the flap, lift the flap up, slide it in, across the cuneiforms, then patient's going to gently roll just to get neutral, a little bit past neutral if anything. I hold it there, they're going to hold that position, I grab the curve, I grab the wedge, pull it up and then relax the weight. Okay, if they stay a little bit inverted, then you have to take a bit of the control out. Here we go. Now, same thing with the heel. Just turn it until you've got same amount of pressure in this neutral position. You're looking at the knee where the knee is, you can actually get them to flex. Sometimes this becomes a little bit hard and you just pull that away from the foot because it becomes quite stiff. Okay, then we'll do the other side. Grab the cuboid curve, slide it in between the plastic of the foam and the plastic flap of the rear foot platform. I'm going to put my right hand over, I lift it up. Maybe this side.
I've got it on the mirror.
Oh, you got it on there, okay. Pull it up, put the wedge in, done. Then right hand through, left hand lifts the flap, pull it in, grab the subtalar joint, roll gently, get them to neutral. See, I'm using my palm, grab the curve, hold it off there, and then relax. Generally they'll come down back into neutral depending on how much force and where the subtalar joint is. The more medial the subtalar joint axis, the more force they're going to generate through the foot, which means you'll have to pull them past neutral and then let them collapse down, pull them past neutral and then let them collapse down into neutral. But that's a nice neutral position. Now I do the heel, just to even out the amount of pressure on the medial and lateral aspect. And then the last thing, I'll grab the curves because the patient will probably feel like they're a little bit wide, and I'll wind it towards myself to lessen the base of gait. And that's it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pencil mark on the heel. So we've got an L square here, and vertical line, same again. Push quite hard because you've got the stocking there and you want it to go through onto the plaster. Okay, there's our vertical line. By this stage we've taken a fair bit of time. It shouldn't take any more than 4 to 5 minutes tops. We tap it. If it sounds sharp, it's set. Done. Okay, next thing we do is we pull off the wrap, then with the blunt edge, cut down the length of the stocking sock. Then I grab a hold of the back of the heel of the plaster, like so, holding it with the tops of my fingers, and then my dorsal, my thumb is on the dorsal surface, just at the proximal to the metatarsal head, like so. Then I ask the patient to lift their heel up and push down into the toe and pull it back and out. Then I'll take the plaster away. I won't worry about checking it just yet. I'll help them to put their foot where I want it to be, and we do the same for the other side. Then I'll peel the wrap off. I'll lift the stocking sock, making sure the rounded edge is not going to cut the skin. We work our way down. The stocking sock, same again. I'm going to put my thumb, this part of the thumb, on the dorsal surface of the proximal to the metatarsal head, like so. Then I'm going to grab the heel, hold it steady, ask the patient to lift their heel up and out, push and pull back and out. Okay, so there's our other mould. I can put that on the floor, help the patient there, put the stool behind them, ask them to step down. Same again, you have to tell them if they feel dizzy at all, make sure they get down. Okay, next thing to do is we've got our cast, okay, with all the corrections intrinsically posted into this model. Okay, it's nice and firm. We've grabbed the stocking sock. Of course, we've wiped most of the plaster out of it. It's going to come off easy. If you leave too much plaster in there, this won't come off easy. But because I have, it comes off nice and easy. So I just put it inside the bin, less dust, peel it off. See, hardly any dust at all. Then I look at the cast, check it. Okay, now we've got our rear foot bisection there. I'll put it on a flat surface. Now we can see that it's a little bit everted, okay? So the line is a little bit turned in, and we knew that that wasn't the position that we had them. So I'm going to lift the flap at the front, okay? I'm going to fold out where the arch is curved over the dorsal surface of the foot, just to make it nice and straight. I'm going to put my hand on the back of the plaster, like so, okay? So my fingers are just underneath the medial aspect of the heel, and I'm going to hold it, okay? Don't squeeze it, just hold it nice and strong there. I'm going to put my finger on the dorsal surface of the first and the fifth, like so, and I'm just going to twist it till that line becomes straight. Now that is exactly where I wanted the foot. So as soon as I've got the foot into this position, it's all intrinsically posted. You can see that on the medial aspect of the heel, we've got a bit of a skive there. We've got the arch, exactly the height that'll match the foot, and it's all intrinsic. So we'll do it to the other. On this cast, we can see all the markings that I put on the cast are in. So we've got the navicular bone, we've got the fifth met, first met, and also the calcaneum. So if you wanted to do deflections or apertures. So same again, we just peel the sock off. There's hardly any mess because we've massaged it in properly. We've got a beautiful foot shape, okay? Then I'll just fan out the sides, lift the front, take any excess string that may be there, fan it out just slightly so you can see inside the cast. Now this cast, you could scan it with a scanner if you wanted to. You could cut the end of it off, cut the back, and you've got an open cast to scan straight onto that, and that'll basically give you a corrected, intrinsically posted weight-bearing foot for an orthotic. So you've got no corrections in the mould or the orthotic that you prescribe because you've got done all the corrections there. So same again, we can see there's a little bit of eversion on the rear foot. The line has been tilted in a little bit. So same again, we're going to put our fingers on, put our hands around. If we're doing it with the left side, I'll just come around that way. So if we're doing it with the right hand side, I'll put my fingers on the fifth and the first, this part like so. I put my hand underneath and I'm basically just going to tweak it until the line is straight and we're done. And I know that is exactly what I wanted in the cast intrinsically. Just to show this technique is 100% repeatable, we've got orthotics that we've made for this patient from previous casts that I've taken, and I'll get the orthotic. So this is an orthotic that we'd made from a previous cast, obviously, because it's one that we haven't done. So if I get that, that should match that perfectly. And there we go. 100% repeatable every time. And just to show you that we're in the right track, we'll get the footer liner that we just produced, which is an instant orthotic, and that should match the cast too. And there we go. Perfectly matched every way.